Now, the four suspects accused in the murder of two teenage girls in Kwanobuhle in Kariega in the Eastern Cape last month are expected to appear in the Kariega Magistrate's Court today. 8 suspects, including 4 teenagers, were initially arrested, but the teenagers were released following questioning. The remaining suspects made an appearance on the 23rd of June, where they abandoned their bail application. Let's cross now to SABC News reporter Sisipho Ngcumbe to give us more on this. Sisipho, good morning. So here we are, a second appearance. So talk to us about what happened the previous time and, of course, the expectations for today.
Well, a very good morning to you, Sakina, and a good morning to the viewers at home as well. Indeed, as you have correctly said, it's a highly anticipated day here in Nelson Mandela Bay, where we will be seeing these 4 accused return to court for their second appearance. Of course, this appearance comes amidst a lot of alarm in Nelson Mandela Bay, where we've seen quite a spike in the crime statistics, and in particular, we've seen a very scary spike in the violence that has been committed against young girls in the region. Now, in this particular case, of course, as you have said, initially there were 8 suspects who were arrested after the bodies of 17-year-old Ibanati Peters and 19-year-old Snotando Malinga. Their bodies were found burnt to a point where they were hardly recognizable in the bushes of Kwanobuhle in Kariega. And indeed, then 8 suspects were arrested, as you said, but after questioning, 4 remaining suspects remained, and in the last court appearance, they actually abandoned their bail application, and thus they have been in custody ever since. Something interesting that could come up today, Sakina, is the fact that there has been a video that has been circulating online that is allegedly showing one of the accused in the matter being physically assaulted in prison. So perhaps one wonders then if this is something that the defense may bring up, perhaps raising questions about the safety of the accused behind bars. However, as I've said, outside here, the community is up in arms. They're quite upset. They're quite angry. As I've said, this follows, or this is amongst other statistics that we've seen in Motherwell. A 12-year-old Litalian Dantini was kidnapped and murdered, and the husband of her sister is actually charged in relation to that matter. And as well in the northern areas of Gqeberha, we've also seen, a young girl, Michelle Umbral. We've seen her body as well discovered, and in that matter, there have been no arrest. So as these 4 suspects return to the court this morning, there's certainly a lot of questions in the Bay, with a lot of the community members demanding answers, but perhaps more so, Sakina, with a lot of community members really demanding more protective measures to be put in place to protect the children and the women in the Bay.
Thank you so much, and of course, stay tuned to SABC News for further updates on this particular case.